Pre-birthday, I guess. Huh?
Thank you.
So, I'm not sure, Gabi?
Well, tell us about Gabi, is it your first time? Have you been here before? Why do I feel like I've seen you before? Right?
You're a part of my next transition in my life.
Wow. Well, that's deep.
I'm actually going to do a poem.
Okay.
Give it up for Gabi, first timer. Let's give it a first time welcome. Oh my gosh. Gabi, would you like backup for your poetry or no?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how love was a part of it because mine is called A Tale of Love.
All right.
Ooh. This one might be a lengthy one. It's a story. I want you guys to follow it with me.
Cool.
I haven't done this in a while, so it's refreshing.
Nice.
I used to never believe the feelings I have about my own life were possible. That I was subject to a life of feeling incessant doom and suffering that couldn't be relieved. There used to be days where I honestly didn't know if I would ever smile and it'd be genuine. When the day would be that I pick my head up and I smile and I gaze at the clouds for longer than a minute without the weight, attempting to push it back down again, ashamed of others to see my tears come down my cheeks. When I'd look at my body and not immediately pick it apart, suck my tummy in, grab at my skin, wanting to rip it off and adorn a new one that for some reason was better than the one that was currently on my body. The day I could look in the mirror and not cry in the reflection that shone. I say all of this among other beliefs that I used to hold true that may never be known by public eyes. Because it's a part of my life I often forget. A reality that consumed me almost as much as my current one does now. The human condition is an expansive and vast one. If a movie was made of every single event I've encountered in my life thus far, it would make the genre of psychological thrillers pure in comparison. That the version of who I used to be lived in an endless hell loop that I tried at nothing to get out of it. Instead, I sank deeper. I was the greatest masochist, infamous for my love and fascination of suffering, always looking for ways to make it greater. It truly didn't matter to me whether I'd escape or I'd continue till I dropped, because then I'd finally get the relief, peace, and quiet I yearned for in my mind. It'll be done for me, as if ceasing life as I knew it would be my saving grace. I never looked like the stuff I've been through, and maybe that's a compliment to some. But truthfully, it only made life feel a lot more lonely, and I love to isolate. I revisit these series of unfortunate events ever so often because it feels as if there was a life that I was never present to actually experience. Perhaps it was because I wasn't present. For 3 years of my physical existence on this earth, I was out of my soul and my flesh walked for me. Many events are still fuzzy, unable to recall horrific events that haunt me at random moments. I believe I'll still be processing these memories, feelings, and flashes for years to follow, as the memories of my childhood are still catching up to me. I am a child stuck in a developing adult body, and all I dream of is playing and laughing till my belly hurts, not having to escape the yells, smacks, and bangs of the wars that ensued outside my four walls, not having to hum loudly with my wired headphones and my iPod playing Alicia Keys, imagining myself on some massive stage singing for a whole audience at Coachella. Or maybe not having to bring an assortment of over-processed snacks, candy, and chips to stuff my mouth with so quickly. All I thought was to chew, 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 to overlap the sounds, my loudly beating heart, to keep me programmed like a machine to push through daily schoolwork so there'd be one less thing to be yelled at about. Even though there'd still be 99 other problems I'd be found responsible for. Even if I was never there to bear witness to the act. Too young, too soon I learned resilience and strength for greater than those exemplified by my surroundings, one I taught myself. I was a master creator. My works reflected my current state, and many are pieces the world has never seen. I believe these pieces had to be private, to spare the integrity of those in my home as if they cared even a smidge to protect mine. It was a popular method of punishment. No one ever knew how I truly felt. High honor roll student, top orchestra program, track athlete, teacher's pet. All of these labels provided me with a safety net that concealed the horrors that played behind closed doors, or so it felt like every day. I held on to the good parts of my childhood close to me like a token of pride. Not all of it was bad. Look at all these gifts I have. I get to go on vacation every year. I get home-cooked meals. Why would I complain? Why would I speak ill of the stories the world has never heard? I'd be a monster to do so. Yet I feel like one anyway. Because my feelings were never validated. My truth were lies. My eyes deceived me. I guess I should cut them out. But yet, what I heard never happened. Perhaps I'll go deaf too. My pain was not real. Although pinched, smacked, beat, maybe I'll rip that off too. Remove any piece of my existence so it wouldn't burden or anger anyone. Maybe if I disappear, everyone will be happier. I was in 6th grade when I revealed to my mother my large desire to leave this earth. I was silenced into never uttering those vile words as if I insulted her. I wanted her to know. I wanted her to know. I also came out as bisexual, only to take it back because I didn't know what I wanted. It simply wasn't possible. I was taught as early as I could remember that my existence was a lie. My authenticity was a threat. My expansive, soft sensitivity and love for this world was asking for every bad thing that ever happened to me, even at the hands of one who voiced these utterances to me. And sometimes, when it gets real dark, I return to the warm, glowy feeling of when my mother was like a superwoman to me. Completely admired and in awe of her character, her love, efforts. Quite literally the only person I'd ever loved, cared for, and fought for in every sense of the word. My first memory of her that even sometimes I wish to think when that version still existed in her. Amongst the cobwebs and skulls of our past, yet becoming who I am today, I've had to accept and grieve the loss of a mother who still lives and breathes this very earth. Many don't know the grievances that I've endured along my path, and seeing the warrior that writes this before you today. But I write this for myself because I used to believe that there was not a single good thing in this world for me to experience. That I never had a happy family, I won't have a home or love to call mine, looking around at all the others who have been gifted with one, or hold on to theirs so tightly that they're not willing to share. There'd never be a light that leads the way through my dark tunnel. But then one day something just clicked. The color came back surrounding my world, and beauty, passion, and divinity in someone I'd never expect to show up even after I cast them for so far away from myself, ashamed to meet their gaze again. Someone who truly believed in me, loved me unconditionally, held me during long, lonely nights, never judged for acting out of my human nature. I am the light. I am seeking for in the darkness the healer, the lover, the magic I dreamed of, and I was reborn and provided with a mother and father, a home, and a love so permanent nothing could take it away. When I needed a savior, a protector, a friend, it was me that showed up. And when I look back on my life the last 2 decades, I was never far away from reach. The tiny, trembling hand scared to open up to another human being again. I let them speak freely, honestly, authentically, so she'd never know a world again where love, beauty, and a home was not present right here, right now. I show up as the adult she needed to shield her away from the demons that ravenously wished to pull her back under and consume her bright, innocent, beautiful light. And when no one listened, believed, or stayed around for the aftermath, I made the warm bath, home-cooked meal, and clean sheets, and set the table for her success. And it is me that will make certain that she gets a true chance at success, because I've been there every single day of my physical life, seeing the work that had been done, that went unnoticed, unrecognized, and taken for granted. She's so beautiful. And even now, despite it all, she dreams to love this world in all its entirety, to still change it someday. just like she wrote about in elementary school. So, even if no one else believes in her capacity to, I believe for the both of us. And I'll never give up, even if after the breath leaves my body and my soul ascends, my love will speak for itself across the valleys, the oceans, the mountains, telling tales of magic and glimmers of light I left behind, and everyone who got to experience me, to know that it all exists in them too. And hopefully I will have left the world a better place than I found it for the dreamers, the lovers, the pirates, and magicians that came after me. Poem.
So what's your name again?
I'm Gabi.
Gabi.
Yes.